What's up, guys? Alright, today we are going into depth about my experience as... What am I saying? Today, I'm going to be talking about my experience doing set photography. When I mean set photography, I don't mean like big sets, I mean like minuscule, small sets. Something that I've been doing since the beginning of my, I can't really say career, basically since I fell in love with photography. So, what I started doing was making very tiny sets 5 years ago. I'm 18 now, that's great. Ooh. So yeah, what I used to do is, even before I had a real camera, I had my phone, and I would do these little sets of just everyday objects. A big thing that I loved doing was knives and things like that, so I'd build little sets around the knife and kind of display. I'm gonna drop my camera, hold on, my gosh. Okay, so I would build these little sets and kind of got inspired by a couple of other photographers and YouTubers about doing this, and I just started doing it, and I kind of never stopped. I took a break for about 1.5 years because I haven't done photography that much this year, but I'm starting to change that. Gotta do something about this hair. This is ridiculous. I'm just gonna leave the hat on for the rest of the video. Anyway, so I got hired by this coffee shop to do some photos of their kind of like their overall menu, I guess. Main thing right now is an avocado toast, an egg bagel, a fruit waffle or fruity waffle, something. I forgot what they call it officially. And a bacon, cheese, and egg like squish sandwich, or I don't know what it's called, but yeah. So that is the main focus of today, and so I'm going to break that down. But number one thing I got to do is first build a set. So let's get into that. So right now my bed is currently in the way because I need this window. So we're gonna build a little desk right there for some natural light, and I have the desk right there. So let's get to that. So I guess the first thing to do would be to move my bed. Let's do it. Alright, I'm gonna bring the desk board, which, if you guys have seen my old videos, was part of this desk, and it was like an under little shelf where it held all my like lighting gear and things like that. Alright, now that I got this area cleaned up and everything's kind of moved around, I think I'm gonna start building the set right here, putting the table in, and see, something right here, and then I'm gonna bring that tray right there over here and just kind of build that set out. So I'm gonna find something also to keep the board standing up. Alright, so my thought for holding this board up, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the tripod I was just using to hold this camera up to be another brace to hold this board up. And then everything else from this point is gonna be handheld, so just enjoy the shaky footage. Thought is to put it right there. Not even kidding, that is literally perfect. It does move a little bit, but that is actually perfect. Going with the lighting, then figuring out kind of the concept from there. I know I want to have plants incorporated. The only problem is this is a little shaky, so my plants are pretty heavy. So I might have to figure out something with that. 2 tripods would be a lot better than 1. Aha! I do have another tripod. All my junk. Alright, there we go. We got the 2 tripods holding it up, so now it's a lot more sturdy. So now I'm gonna go ahead and decorate the scene, and then I'll kind of explain more of my thought process. Because, yeah, so the big thing is that I'm gonna incorporate The big thing I'm going to try to do is incorporate a bunch of the antiques that I have, because the coffee shop that I'm working for has a lot of antiques. It's a very rustic, like kind of beach. It's kind of a West Coast style. So kind of like this, where you still got all the lighting, but some of the leaves might kind of get down in the way. Debating if I'll just roll up the curtain as well and just have this as warm lighting, but because it's supposed to display that big open window that they have at the coffee shop, so I'm probably gonna just go ahead and open this all the way up. So yeah, got that kind of open, big window feel, which it is a big open window, so that's good. Alright, so this is what I got kind of going on right now. We got the very bare bones scene right now with the salad, and then we have the everything bagel with egg and fresh greens, an avocado toast with a little bit of feta cheese, and a nice helping of fresh veggies as well. I made a little salad as an accent piece, and then the whole theme, they have a West Coast theme, so very warm and very like surf, beach, palm trees kind of stuff. So this is kind of the scene that I have right now for that. I'm going with more of a lunch theme with this one, so kind of like an afternoon snack with the avocado toast and an egg everything bagel sandwich, which I feel like is very more directed towards lunch. The next two items I feel like are a lot more breakfasty, so I'm gonna do a complete scene change with that one. This one is, as I said, is very bare bones and needs a lot of adjusting, but important thing right now is doing test shots to see how the lighting looks, so let's kind of experiment with that a little bit. Okay, got the test shots done, and I'm liking how they're turning out. One thing that I don't like about the scene so far is it's very two-dimensional, it's very flat. So I got a like tray thing, so I'm going to put that on the scene as well to kind of pick up parts of it so I can get some different angles and all that fun stuff. So big thing with product photography is making it seem bigger than it actually is. It's more making it feel fresh and big, and like, it sounds really stupid, but that's kind of the whole goal, is to make it feel very fresh. A good example of the idea of making it look bigger, one thing I did is I picked up a clear lid from the coffee shop and I stuck it in the sandwich right here, as you can see. Right here, as you can see. And then I put the bagel back on top to hide it, and it makes that sandwich look a lot taller. Big thing, just make it look fluffy. When it comes to sandwiches, make it look bigger, especially if you're doing video food photography, making it look a lot more juicy, because it's a lot different when it's photography versus videography. With videography, since it's in motion, giving it that like juicy appeal, or it just came right off the chopping block and all the veggies are like fresh, boom, you know, perfect. So showing that off, very important. Alright, so another trick that I would like to mention with doing product photography or food like this is keep it close together. It makes it feel a lot fuller, and so that makes it feel a lot more busy, a lot more visually interesting to the eye. So that's another huge important thing, is making it visually interesting and having very set focus points that you want to display. Even if it's really busy and crazy, you still want something that will stand out and be kind of the focus point. So that's a little tip, and also another tip obviously is breaking up the shot, having something that gives it depth, even if you're far away or if you're close up where you zoom in. Something that breaks up the shot will help so much, make this look so much better. Also just fun angles, you can go at, you know, different curves, top down, lower, moving, you know, mix it up a little bit. So one example is I shot through this plant right here, so you get some kind of little, you know, like curve over, and then it focuses in right on, if I would focus, it would focus right there on the whole spread, so you have kind of some more depth as well. That's another very important thing, but it has a focus point, but it's still very busy to look at, but it's very focused on the spread. Same thing with the top down. I can get a couple of these leaves in as well and do the same kind of concept. Same on this side. So having some things that break up the image is also very important into making it look professional, and also to give it depth and more visual interest. Alright, I think I've done what I can with this scene, and I think I got enough pictures of it, so I'm going to swap into the breakfast before I run out of natural light. Which, now that it's starting to go into the golden hour, as you can tell by this shot alone, the lighting is so much richer than it was when I started, and that gives it kind of that morning glow. So that's kind of what I was hoping for with the sun going down, that it would give it that kind of morning glow. So works out really good. So that's another important key, is to time your shoots to the time that you want the photos to look, which seems very obvious, but it does make a difference, huge difference. Also, talking about the lighting, having these curtains the way that they are right now, where they're kind of cut at an angle, doing the soft light. If I turned the light, as you can see, you'll get these bright spots, and that will encourage very dark shadows, which can work really good for a lot of different reasons and a lot of different shots. But a lot of the time, having just very flat, neutral light that is still very warm helps a lot. But as you can see, if I walk into the light, it can look more cinematic and can be used very well. It's just a lot more difficult, and especially if you're on a time crunch, can be kind of risky. So I would definitely say more stand towards the warm, easy light, especially if you're beginning. But then you can start to also, dang, this is cinematic. I feel like I'm about to jump out of a plane or something like that. Or like a fishing commercial or something. All right, let's take this scene apart little by little, because I'm running out of light. Alright, so here is the next two things that I need to do. Is this, you have some very heavy whipped, I think it's whipped cream, and strawberries, blueberries. The only thing that I messed up on is this has been sitting out for like 2 hours, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to freshen it up a little bit, but that's the next thing. And then they have these bacon cheese sandwiches, which I'm going to need to heat up again, because as you can tell, it looks like it's been sitting. But honestly, it doesn't look too bad. So might have to do a little bit of, well, I'll just rip that. Might have to do a little bit of set dressing with these two. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that looks better. It's more presentable than these. Okay, so I think I might go ahead and just leave it in the to-go container, but I want to make it look some more mozzarella cheese. And just kind of sprinkle it. Alright, so we got most of the scene set up. I'm kind of rushing this one since I'm losing all the lighting right now. I've lost like 75% of the light I need, so kind of rushing. Well, bad news is I've lost pretty much all of my natural light. It still looks good on camera right now, but with the photos, it just doesn't have the same appeal as the other photos did, which really sucks because it's supposed to snow tonight, like 8 inches. So I'm going over to my girlfriend's house to stay there with everybody and hang out and be able to actually enjoy the snow, because none of us have seen like an actual snow in so long. So I'm afraid about this whole thing. So the other photos turned out amazing, but I don't know what to do with these now. I'm just gonna have to work with it. Alright, I believe that's about all I can do for tonight. This was the final set where I had the waffle and the, I think it's cheese, egg, and bacon sandwich. This was the overall final set. Here's the images I got from this little scene right here. It's not my favorite, especially with me running out of light. I would normally do my lamps and do another like night kind of scene, but I just don't have time to set that up right now. So I gotta run. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to do another one like this, going more into detail of the little tricks and tips that I have learned over the past 4 years of doing this. And yeah, but anyway, I gotta go. I have to clean up my whole studio and put everything away, pack, and then leave. So I gotta run. Anyway, I'm at SO Photography, aka Seth. You guys just call me that. So see you guys in the next video. Ciao.